Hello, this video will be going over the training for dual credit high school instructors for Missouri State. I sent out an email with a link for training. If you missed that email or missed training, this covers that. If you have any questions on anything to go over, feel free to email me. I am the Associate Director in Dual Credit. This is a new position. This position is focusing on supporting our high school dual credit adjunct instructors. So if you need anything, let me know. Scott Jones is the director. He oversees the overall general program. Melissa and Nikki are administrative assistants. They do a lot of student support and high school support, building the courses and making sure everything runs smoothly with billing and coding and FRLs and things like that. Bree and Parker are in the office part-time. Bree is here Monday through Friday from 8 to noon. So if you call the office, more than likely she will answer and guide you and go over any information or send you to the person that is able to answer your question. And Parker is in the office Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the afternoon. So if you call at that time, you can talk to Parker, and this is his third year in dual credit, so he has a lot of knowledge there. You can go to our dual credit website, the link for students to enroll. So our portal is now open, and they can go to Missouri State, dualcredit.missouri-state.edu to enroll, and they can apply now. Go back to the website for instructors. I have a list of resources for instructors to access things. Our Blackboard page is kind of changing, so you can access these resources at dualcredit.missouri-state.edu/resources.html or HTML. It's just HTM. And you can see we are updating our web page to have a current Ask Questions, and all that information is also on this current Ask Questions page. So you can go through, and if you have a question on tech support, where to go to get your My Missouri State account set up and your password or access Blackboard, you can find it there. I have uploaded some information into the Blackboard, so everything that you see in this video you should be able to find in your Blackboard shell. The first thing I want to look at is student registration guide. This is how your students sign up for dual credit. This is a PDF that you can save and upload into your learning management system. Students will go to the dualcredit.missouri-state.edu and log into our dual enrollment system. If they've never created an account, they'll have to create an account. Whatever password or whatever username they use here, whatever email account they use, they can only use it once. So if they have a sibling and they're trying to use the same email account, it's not going to work. If you're using your parents' email account and a previous sibling have already used it, you're going to get an error. If you've created an account before, then you can just log into that previous account and you'll go through the 5 steps. You'll complete an application, you'll accept the terms, you will agree that to a FERPA waiver that is going to allow us to communicate with your high school counselor or your parents on your status in the course. And then you have to put in your parent information. At this step, you should be able to use an email account and phone number associated with another parent's email account and phone number from a sibling, as long as they did not use it to set up their account. If they use it to set up their account, you have to create a different parent and guardian email and phone number. You have to use your mom's, your dad's, or whatnot to get that to happen. And then the last step is to select your guidance counselor. Your guidance counselor will have to approve your students in the course, your parents will have to approve it, and then the university will approve it before you get enrolled. Sometimes this can take 5 to 7 business days, especially if the guidance counselor delays or if your parents delay on the consent. We are then delayed in actually enrolling you in the dual credit course. Here's an example of if you're a returning student, you just log in and all that information should be in there for you, and you can go into pick your course. And when you pick your course, you would then click on the class that you want. So picking your course, you should see a list of all courses available at your high school. You're able to then register in that course. And then once you register, you should be able to access the status button here and see what step you're at. If you're at high school provide consent, parent provides consent, or waiting on the university to enroll you. And you can see that information at that step. If you need to change your contact information, you can do that. If you decide halfway through the process you don't want it for dual credit, you can abandon on the student end. The high school counselor can abandon it, and the university can abandon it. So if you want to call us and let us know you want to abandon it, we can push that button for you. So hopefully this is helpful for the students to going through and enrolling. On the instructor side, there is kind of a checklist. A lot of the pre-enrollment for dual credit, going through and doing that, you should be able to see the My Organization page for your department in Blackboard. There should be resources available for you. I'm still working on a lot of the departments to post their syllabus and post their requirements in Blackboard, but that's been a slow process. So depending on what department you're in, you may or may not have a ton of information in Blackboard. Every Blackboard shell has the documents that I have in this list available here. So you'll see all the files there. Your responsibilities in the course is to verify your roster enrollment. So September 17th is when enrollment closes for fall, and we'll send out an email asking you to verify your roster. So if students are wanting the course for dual credit but don't show up on that course, you want to make sure that they go through the process to get verified. So you can kind of be doing it now to verify, hey, you're getting dual credit, you show up on my dual credit roster. Communicate to your students if they're at risk of failing. I have also added this registration guide for instructors, and I was hoping you print this off and post it in your classroom. For the fall courses, you can see when the portal opens, when it closes, last day for parent consent, and then you have the dates for 100% refund, 50% refund, and the last day to withdraw. And if you notice, these are very late in the semester, right? Very close to when grades are due. If your student has an F in the course, you would want to recommend that they withdraw instead of transferring an F on their college transcript. So just keep us in the loop here. If you have any questions on how to complete any of the processes, we can go over that. Communicate regularly with your department liaison. Here's this example of these Blackboard shells. If you go log into Blackboard and go to community, you should see whatever department your course corresponds with. We look at an example for math. You should be able to see the Blackboard shell information for the course that you're teaching. There should be resources for the syllabus, assignments, sample exams, projects, everything you need to verify that you're teaching this course at the college level. If you go to dual credit resources, this is where I was showing you, you should find those documents. Some of them I uploaded individually. If we go into the ag one and you go to dual credit resources, you should see they were just uploaded once here. So you get that welcome letter, how to registration schedule, grades, so right there, PDF, high school instructor checklist. If you're interested in a provisional plan of study, if you do not already meet HLC standards for dual credit, we can be working on credentialing you for dual credit. So if you want to reach out, every dual credit instructor has a 3 credit hour fee waiver they can apply to their course load at Missouri State for free. You can also apply it to your dependents. So if you want to access how to apply your fee waiver, you can go to the dual credit website and go frequently asked questions. And you can find information on how to how students can drop a course. You can also find information on how to get a scholarship. Not sure if you if you go to that resource page, the dualcredit.missourystate.edu/resources, you can find how to apply your fee waiver, and that goes through the process of going into your My Missouri State account, click on the employee details, and apply that fee waiver, and you can see how that works. We have special funding available to help math and science teachers get credentialed. So if you have a math and science teacher in your district that's looking on getting credentialed, we have extra funding available for them to take courses to get credentialed. Important dates. This was a PDF that you can print off that kind of summarized the important dates for the fall 2021 semester. We will be printing one off or sending one out for spring 2021 semester. All day courses or all year courses are also listed here. So if your drop dates for all year courses are on the fall 2021. The My Missouri State link, if you go to log in, you can log into your My Missouri State account. You can also find your Blackboard here and Office 360 and email account. The student application in Dual Enroll is pretty straightforward. It asks a lot of information. Anything with a star, the student needs to input. Anything without a star, they don't have to give us that information. They should be getting notification along with the process. So parents will get an email notification where they're required to consent. And on that window where they go and give consent, the next one will be providing payment. So here are some different options for students to provide payment. They can mail a check, they can use a savings account, or use monthly payments through the My Missouri State account. If you are a dual credit instructor and your students are doing, or your kids are doing this, you can apply your tuition fee waiver, or if the parents work for Missouri State and get a tuition fee waiver, they can apply it in their My Missouri State dashboard. If the parent believes their student qualifies for free and reduced lunch scholarship, they would click the free and reduced lunch scholarship. That would initiate the counselor to approve it. If the counselor approves it, we apply it. So if they filled out that information and know they qualify, they should be good to go. If they don't ever click this button, we never know to verify their status. So if you put mail a check in, you're going to be charged whatever the fee is for that course. And then there's a few ways you can pay directly with a credit card or an e-check with those service charges included there. And then once that step is complete, the student should get a student registration success, and in that email they should have their M number. And at that point in time, that student would show up in your My Missouri State on the class roster. So going back to the My Missouri State, once you sign in, you're going to be access to the Teaching and Advising tab. And in that Teaching and Advising tab, you'll go through and click on Class Dashboard. And then you're going to have access to your class list. And if you're teaching multiple sections, you click on the individual section, and then it would list out your students that are in that section and how many students you have. And that is how you're going to do roster verification. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm more than happy to go over any of this with you, or do a Zoom meeting with your students if they have any struggles on it.